Guys, Farm Logic here, and welcome to my first official farming guide for tree runs and spirit tree runs. This first video is going to be focusing just strictly on tree runs, and the second part to my two-part tree run guide will be added in a link on the upper right part of the screen. So let's get started with the overview for the guide. The first thing is you're going to need requirements. Obviously you're going to need requirements for anything you do in the game, and you're only going to need a few that won't take more than about a few hours to complete in order to do this farm run. The first thing you're going to need is 60 fire making in order to unlock the Grand Tree balloon transportation with the aid of magic logs. You're going to need 36 crafting. You're also going to need 21 quest points and at least 30 farming, but I highly recommend at least 45. Now the reason you guys need these requirements is to complete the quest Enlightened Journey. The quest Enlightened Journey awards you with the balloon transport system, which gets you from different places that are very convenient for farm runs. The second thing is the types of trees. Like I said, you're going to need a minimum of 30 farming, and if you guys are cheap and don't have that much money to spend on farming, then I highly recommend you stick with willow trees, and I will give a detailed explanation of experience per hour, per day, and all of that later on in the video. The second type of tree at level 45 is maples. Maples award twice as much XP as willows, but they also cost a lot more money, and that'll also be explained later on in the guide. For the locations, there's 5 locations that you can plant trees for your run. They consist of Falador, Tavelry, Varrock, Lumbridge, and the Grand Tree. The types of trees I will go over are basically just going to be willow and maple, as these are the two most common trees used for farm runs. I personally will recommend maple, and I will explain why, but there's also the method, which is much slower, of doing willows. Let's start off with willow trees. Willow trees offer 1.4k XP per check health, and they take 3.6 hours to grow. This yields 7k a trip and 28k XP a day if you do 4 trips. If you do 3 trips, it'll yield 21k XP a day and only cost about 14k a day. Now for maples yield 3.4k experience per check health. They take 5 hours to grow, which yields 17k XP a trip, and you can do up to 3 trips a day and get easily 51k a day. If you feel like you only need to do 2 trips a day, you will end up with 34k XP a day. Maple seeds cost about 26k per seed, which means 130k GP per trip. Now this is very pricey, and it can cost you anywhere from 1 mil to 10 mil to get whatever target level you want by using the method of willow trees. Maple trees, sorry. The locations are simple. Like I said before, there's locations in Falador, Tavelry, Varrock, Lumbridge, and the Grand Tree. Now there's different ways of getting there, and depending on your magic level, you can use transportation skills, such as the Teleport, Varrock, Lumbridge, and Falador, or if you're a level 3 skiller like I am, you're going to want to use Teleport tabs. Now I'll go over each section. I will go over each different tree patch and how to get there, starting with Lumbridge. Okay guys, so I teleport to Lumbridge using the Lumbridge Tele tab, and as soon as you guys teleport, you're going to run over north, over the castle just a little bit, and the tree patch is right here. The Falador is very convenient, as it's only a few steps away from the teleport, and these people have been here all day ranting about the new armor updates. I find it pretty funny, but they're pretty pissed off about it. Yeah, so this is the Falador Park tree patch right here, as you guys can see. Very convenient to get to. The next one I will show you guys is the Varrock one. It's located right by the castle, next to where you start the quest Garden of Tranquility and Priest and Pearl. You just teleport to Varrock and run right up here next to the castle, just northeast a little bit, and you will find your tree patch right here. The next area is Tavelry. Now how I recommend you getting there is teleporting using a Ring of Dueling to Castle Wars, and then running east when you get out and just north a little to the Fly Basket. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is what's unlocked after you do the Enlightened Journey quest. It gives you the Balloon Transportation Network. So you fly Basket and you go to Tavelry. Now to go to Tavelry, you just need one regular log as a form of transportation. When the balloon lets you off at Tavelry, you're going to want to run northwest just a tiny bit and you should be at your tree patch, as you can see right here. Very convenient way of getting there. And the last one I'm going to show you guys is Grand Tree. Again, the same method as before. You teleport to Castle Wars using a Ring of Dueling, and we're going to run northeast just a little bit to the Balloon Transportation Network. Now in order to teleport to the Grand Tree using the Balloon Transportation Network, you're going to need one magic log and a fire making level of 60 to unlock the route after the quest. So you quickly teleport to the Grand Tree, and once you reach there, you're going to want to run southwest just a tiny bit, and there's a bank there and I believe a few yew trees, and your tree patch will be right there. And there it is, guys. So it's a very quick and efficient way of getting to your different tree patches quickly. And the Enlightened Journey quest helps out a ton rather than teleporting to Barbarian Outpost and having to run for miles. So that's that, and I will see you guys in the next section. Okay guys, so to start your farm run, we're going to teleport to Lumbridge and we're going to do the first tree patch as I showed you guys in the video. This is the best and fastest method that I use, and it's quick and efficient. So we start here in Lumbridge, and depending on what you use, if you use maple saplings, you're going to need one basket of oranges, and if you're going to use willow saplings, you're going to need one basket of apples. Now the next is we're going to teleport to Varrock. And then again, depending on what you're using, maple, you're going to pay him a basket of oranges, and with willow, you're going to pay him a basket of apples. Now on to the next. We're going to teleport to Castle Wars and go straight to the Grand Tree. Let me just get a Ring of Dueling real quick. This is my third step in which I do to complete my tree run. So we're going to go to Grand Tree. And then like we saw earlier in the video, we're going to run southwest just a little bit, past the agility course, past the spirit tree, and a little bit past the bank, right to our tree patch. And again, depending on what you're using, you have your different forms of payment. So once we get here, we're going to teleport right back to Castle Wars. And this time, we are going to go to Tavelry by forms of the Balloon Transportation Network. And remember, you guys need one regular logs to get to Tavelry and one magic log to get to the Grand Tree. And there it is. And now for the last method, for the last tree patch, you guys are going to teleport to Falador as soon as you finish up there and run a little bit east towards Falador Park. And that's your tree run. That's your tree run, guys, right there. Your basic tree run. It only takes about 3 to 4 minutes. It's very quick. You rack up experience quick, and depending on how many times you can check, your trees per day, you're ranging anywhere from, 34k to 51k XP a day if you do my method of maples, and that's what I have.